Hey YouTube, hi, what's up? Long time no see. So I just finished watching Shane Dawson's Halloween episode on YouTube, and it was pretty good because he put a lot of effort into it, and you just have to pay respect for that. So I really liked it for that. Yeah, really cool episode that was really well produced. Yeah, and it was kind of scary too. I it was kind of scary too. Let's just okay. It was good job, Shane. And Shane just tweeted that Heidi Montag followed him on Twitter. Well, she basically pretty much did the same thing with me 2 years ago, and then Spencer started following me. I don't know if they're still following me, but it's sure they sure follow everyone. So yeah, you're probably wondering what has he been up to, or you're not, and you're just accidentally here. For that, I'm sorry, but I have been watching The King of Queens. Yeah, yeah. It's a pretty darn good sitcom. It's one of my favorite sitcoms, and let me just tell you that I'm a huge fan of sitcoms because they're funny and I love to laugh. And most sitcoms aren't really that funny, but there there are some that are really funny. And The King of Queens is definitely one of them because I love how Carrie and Doug, how they play together, how they're just basically getting each other high in terms of putting out the worst in each other. It's just they're just great together, and I love them both. They're awesome. Another sitcom that I've been watching is this beauty here, the Big Bang Theory. To be honest, the Big Bang Theory. Yeah, that was random. Is actually my favorite sitcom on the air right now. Because it's a great sitcom. I think it's one of the best. It's probably my second most favorite sitcom ever, right behind Friends. Sorry, folks, you're not gonna be able to top Friends since Friends is just so funny. Okay, but okay, The King of Queens. I love Doc. I love Carrie, but I think one of the most interesting characters on that show is Arthur. Carrie's dad, because he's just crazy. Carrie's dad is crazy, and he's Ben Stiller's father. Yeah. So that's probably why he's so funny. I mean, Ben Stiller, not Arthur, since Ben is his son, and. And fun fact is that Ben's mother, Arthur's wife, also appears sometimes as the mother of one of Doug's friends, and in King of Queens, Arthur actually hates her. He hates her guts to death. So that's kind of funny if you know that. It's actually his wife in real time. Yeah, so to talk about the Big Bang Theory, I love the Big Bang Theory because it's so smart. It's like nothing out there right now. It's so smart. It's well written. There's a lot. You just see that they put a lot of effort into it while producing it and while writing it, and it's just very smart. And I love Sheldon Cooper. Seriously, he's the reason the sitcom works because he's so strange. I think the funniest thing is that he's able to understand all these physical things and stuff, but he's unable to have a normal human relationship to other people. And things surely changed with the introduction of Amy Farrah Fowler. Amy is great too. She's so funny, and I think. But the best thing about the whole show, and call me crazy, is the fact that Wallowit's fiance screams exactly like his mother. And actually, on Thursday's episode that I watched last night, I think it was Leonard who came over to Wallowitz's, and this woman started screaming, and Leonard was like, "Oh, you're no." It was Sheldon. It was Sheldon, who came over to Wallowitz's house, and then he was said, "Oh, your mother's screaming," and then he's like, "No, it's my fiance." That was pretty funny because she screams exactly like him, and it's just funny. Yeah, but I could really get into it, but I'm not right now. It's just really good up. It's a really good sitcom, and I love it. I prefer it over Two and a Half Man, actually. Um, Not that that's a bad sitcom. I'm just really happy they replaced Charlie Sheen with Ashton Kutcher. Not because I don't like Charlie Sheen, but because I think that, but because I think the show really needed a new direction because they were starting to go through old stuff again in terms of storyline wise, and that's never a good thing. So they would have probably come to an end anyways with being good. So I like the fact that they replaced Charlie Sheen with Ashton Kutcher, not because I don't like Charlie, but because not because I don't like Charlie Sheen, but because I think there's a new direction here, and yeah, let him do his thing. Another sitcom I'm watching is Two Broke Girls. I like that show. It's well produced. At first you're like, wow, this looks kind of cheap, but if you start watching it's actually really well produced and really well written and really funny and very well acted too. I also started watching The New Girl starring Soda Chanel because I really like Soda Chanel. I think she's hilarious, but I didn't didn't feel it, so I stopped watching it. Another show I'm watching is How I Met Your Mother. I'm sorry for going that speed, but if I talked slower, then this video would probably last an hour. So whatever. How I Met Your Mother. I've been watching for years. Hilarious. But to come to the best sitcom of all times, in my opinion, and you may argue with me that it's not, but I don't. Well, whatever. To me, it's the best sitcom of all times is Friends. Friends is so hilarious. For me, the most hilarious character is Phoebe Buffay, because she's so fucking crazy. She is so fucking crazy. You have no idea. Well, she's crazy. I love that. I love how crazy she is. I can't even. There are so many crazy moments that it's hard to pick one, but probably when in season 10 when she got married to Paul Rudd's character, who also stars in Role Models, which is one of my favorite movies. She decides to rename herself to Princess Leia, blah blah blah, and then he starts renaming himself too, and it's just hilarious. It's just wow. Okay, to tell you an issue that I'm having right now is what the fuck is wrong with my talking right now? To tell you an issue that I'm having right now, an issue I'm having right now is that The Big Bang Theory and The Vampire Diaries, which is my favorite drama, both air simultaneously at 8 o'clock on Thursdays. So I have to choose, basically, and it's hard for me to do so, but I chose The Vampire Diaries over The Big Bang Theory. Not because I like one or another better, but I feel like I can't wait a little longer for The Big Bang Theory. But it's really tough to wait for The Vampire Diaries because I can't wait. Waiting a week for that, it's like you wait for a week and you just get all excited to watch it, and then when you're over watching it, you're heartbroken because you have to wait another week for a new episode, or sometimes 3 or 4 months, like last year. Thank you, the CW. I know you're whatever, but the show is just really good. It's worth waiting for, and bring Anna back, please. Elise Joe, I love you. You're so perfect and pretty and hot, and you're everything. And come back, Team Anna. Yeah. So another show I'm watching on Thursdays is The Secret Circle. I'm really, really into it. Last week's episode was really good because we discovered that Cassie has black magic inside of her. She's both good and evil. Love that. Love that. And yeah, another show that's been really good this season is Gossip Girl. Yeah, I know it's not necessarily a guy's show, but whatever. I've been watching it for 3 years now, so whatever. And so far, but they're probably gonna go down that lane again. And Naruto no has been kind of good too, but I feel like Gossip Girl's been a little better so far. Yeah. So I'll go now because I don't want to have another 10-minute video on here, but it looks like I will, so I'm just going to have to say goodbye. And earlier I was like, Justine just put out a new video, until I went to YouTube and she put out a new video, a night video of her in Pittsburgh, and it snowed. Great, awesome, check that out. Love you, Justine. Bye.